The alarm hardly chimed when my eyelids opened. There was no moment of recollection, no casual growth in animation. Like the sleep was a thin lie I was telling myself. Today's the day. In truth, I didn't think I was ready for it yet. I had only sprang this audition on my saxophone instructor at Highlands 2 months ago, and while he's been hammering into shape for it ever since, I still feel like there was so much work left to be done. Yet, this could be my destiny calling, or at the very least, a monument to all the work I'd put into playing the saxophone. I got up, got dressed, and put myself together. Within 30 minutes, I was out the door and ready to head 3 towns over to that strange arena called the Bailey School of Music. When I got there, I felt like I was on the cusp of an anxiety attack. I didn't have butterflies in my stomach so much as I had an armada of red angry hornets nesting in my lower intestine. I was put into the very last practice room on the main floor of the Wilson Annex and given about 15 minutes to practice before heading out to the audition. I felt the anxiety setting into my bones. I played through a few scales and could feel my fingers twitch as I pressed down certain keys. I just resigned myself to focus on getting control of my breathing. I knew performance preparation was mostly about being able to keep a clear head and just getting into it. I was taken to the audition room, and I remember hearing what I thought was a small jazz band playing from inside there. I quickly realized it was just another saxophone auditioning, just with a backing track. It was so good though, and it made me feel so lousy about my own piece, but there was no turning back now. Not because I felt such determination, more that I was just clueless on how to get out of the building. The student walked out of the room after a few minutes. I congratulated him, and he wished me luck for my audition. I walked in there and saw 3 people sitting at a table, bantering amongst themselves. I handed them each copies of my repertoire, something that my instructor had stressed that I do, and they seemed to find it at the very least charming, and we talked a bit about the music that I'd been working on and what I was doing here at KSU. When it came time to play, the instructor, Sam, told me to pick 2 scales and then play my piece. My nerves were a bit tampered down by the small talk, but this sudden change from every scale to 2 scales felt like a victory lap. I chose F and D and played through them flawlessly and charged right into the piece. I wish that I could say that I locked in, focused on everything down to the last detail, but honestly, I just let the months of practice dictate how I approached the piece. But I put it all out there and was proud of what I had found in myself under those fluorescent lights.